following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
Hello and welcome to Business Best, a program that we have carefully curated to inspire the amazing minds that could be future entrepreneurs. Now, when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's such a fabulous thing if you really think about it. People are able to come up with concepts that not a lot of people have heard of and make a business out of it. Now, the real challenge rather, is to ensure that this idea, this dream that they have, they are able to keep it afloat and sustainable. We're joining with a person who has exactly achieved that. A person who has been able to come up with a very nuanced concept and been able to keep his business afloat. We are currently in conversation with Tharindu Dassanayake, the founder of ShoutOut Labs. Hello Tharindu, welcome to the show.
Hello Sanami, thank you for having me today as well.
No worries at all. Now, like I started in the conversation in this program, I was mentioning how people come up with these crazy ideas, things that not a lot of people have thought about. And I feel like your business concept is also something similar to that. Yes, it is exactly something that we've seen as the byproduct of a thing, but never would we have ever assumed that a person could really make a business out of it. But we'll get to that in a bit. But before that, before we get into your company that is ShoutOut Labs, I need to know about Tharindu. You know, you're an entrepreneur. What really inspired you to turn into that side? Can we have a bit of history on your background?
Great. So actually, I would go back to 2011 when I started my first company. I was in the university. I'm from University of Peradeniya. I studied computer engineering by the time. That was my second year, and I didn't have any plan to start a company at that time. So since I was following computer engineering, I had this passion to do small applications and do coding stuff. I was passionate about that. And there was a competition at that time that was conducted by Etisalat at the time. And I made an application called Word Puzzle. That's a SMS-based game where users can guess vocabulary, like words, and they can earn points. They can collect points and they can also win rewards.
So that happens through SMS?
That happens completely through SMS. Okay. That was in 2011. And that actually started getting some traction, and we started making some revenue out of that product as well. And I also got actually a chance to participate all these startup events and entrepreneurial things, and that was actually got me exposed to this startup culture, startup ecosystem. So that actually led me to, and also I participated a conference and a award ceremony in India called M Billion. So this word puzzle application got finalist in the education category for that award ceremony. So with all these events, the startup ecosystem exposure, that I actually thought I should start a company. So that's why I jumped and started a company called Square Mobile with few of my university friends. By the time, we didn't have any idea what to do with that company. We just started and we did few other applications apart from this initial application, but those applications didn't work as expected. And later in my university life, like in around fourth year in 2013, we tried to get this product out in Sri Lanka, the initial product. So we tried to reach out some of the emerging markets, and then I got a partner in Nigeria. So with his help, we actually scaled this product into Nigerian market. So in a couple of years, we could actually achieve 500,000 subscriber base in Nigerian market. So that was the initial revenue that came to us to start this company after my university degree. And one of my friends and me, Madhur, he and I founded this company initially, Square Mobile, and then in 2016 we started the ShoutOut Labs with the experience that we had this in SMS domain. So we started a messaging platform for businesses to send out campaigns to their customers in personalized manner. And in 2020 we tried to scale this product suite into few other areas, but our key focus remained in the customer engagement and improving the customer experience. So that's how everything started. And today we have customers in 10 different countries as well. And so that's how it started and how it's going currently.
And that is actually the history behind Tharindu and how he came to be the entrepreneur that he is today. Now, since you touched upon the subject of your company, ShoutOut Labs. Now, this, of course, I feel is like, it takes the essence of what you initially started off with. The very first SMS-based game that you created. Now, you've been able to bring that element of, how you manage with SMSs and created a concept where you brought in a game to it and then use that very same SMS format to make a business out of it. So, since you have such a very, let's say, prominent relationship with SMSs, can we know exactly what ShoutOut Labs is?
Yeah, so as I said, like in 2016, we started ShoutOut as a SMS messaging platform because we had this experience in the telecommunication domain and we worked with SMS and so there is a need for businesses to communicate with their customers in a personalized manner. And we saw there are a lot of SMS application as well. It's not a very, it's not like a blue ocean. It's a red ocean by the time. And but what we saw is like for a startup or a small business, it's a very big hassle for them to actually take a SMS gateway for their business because they have to go through all these regulation with the telecom operators or with the aggregator. So we simplified this process. Our promise was like you can start sending SMSs in 5 minutes to your customers. So we did that through complete automation from signing up to our platform to get registered their business to send out SMS and make payments and everything seamlessly we built into our platform. That's why people loved the product, and also we improved the customer experience a lot because it's a very telecommunications. So these products are not very user friendly, so that we completely changed that mindset as well. So that's how we started this product, and we came into the software as a service business. We call it SaaS, with the cloud products. So that's how we started building these SaaS products as ShoutOut Labs.
Right. So what you've done is more or less you've found the requirement or you've seen the need that small businesses have to come up with an SMS platform for themselves, and then sort of noticed how it is such a stringent process to get that, and you've simplified it. Because right before I was going through the website for ShoutOut Labs and specifically onto this SMS platform service that you're delivering, it's quite user friendly. I mean, you could easily register as soon as possible, and you can even have a quick demo as well,
yes,
I believe.
You can take a demo as well.
Right. So now, coming up with such a platform and streamlining it, ensuring that everything is, made into perfection, polished out, would have been a difficult task. Now, you started the company in 2016, and now it has been maybe around 8 years of service that's going on. And throughout this 8-year period, you must have faced a couple of challenges as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, and as a business as a whole. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so if we talk about the challenges from the beginning is actually the most of the entrepreneurs face is actually build when it comes to specifically for tech products, software products, is building what the users, the customers needs, because most of the time as builders, like coders, we are actually really passionate about building products, but sometimes we are actually missing the part of validating these ideas with the customers. So first of all, for us also, like once we did this first application, the other applications we did was not quite successful because we were really passionate about this idea, we were building it, and then sometimes when we are actually going to the market and to sell it to the real customers, sometimes what they need is completely different. So the first challenge I would say actually build something the useful or like solve a real problem for the customers that we could sell and we could actually get users to this application. So this is one of the challenges. And also most of the time as engineers or builders, like sometimes we face the challenge of getting customers into our product. That was one of our initial challenge, and also we actually tried to get some customers outside the market, but in the early days it was not really easy task for us. So getting customers into our product was a challenge. So these are things that we overcome, and also the other challenges would be obviously like when we are starting out can be a funding, and it could be like legal, like how these company structure works, and even the finance, how all these things work could very new to us. And also one good thing happened to us is actually we also got this support from ICTA, Inspiration Program. They had this grant program and they had a mentorship program. So mentorship was great because we could actually learn a lot of these areas in the company structure through that program. So that was one of the area that we overcome these challenges. So these are the main challenges we faced over time.
And you've been able to successfully go through with that as well. Now, another challenge you mentioned was getting customers on board to your platform. In the same line of thinking, how was the competition for your company joining in, when you started back in 2016 and getting that traction, getting the crowd into your business? How was that all about?
Yeah, so when you're actually developing a software product from us, actually, apart from the unique value proposition that we are providing to the customers, we also really take care of the user experience in our product, apart from the competitors, like how we can actually deliver the best product, because the competition is there. Like most of the time you are not building that product for the first time in the market, so we have to look at also other aspects other than the value proposition, and also we have to look at the user experience. That is one of the key focus for us, how to build a better experience, end-to-end experience, and then the innovation, because this technology is changing day by day, and now it's completely changed with the AI. So we actually adapting these technologies into our ecosystem, and also the customer support, how we can deliver better customer support. So if I take this example, when we started ShoutOut in 2016, as I said, like it was a competitive market, but we delivered a best product with a better user experience, where the customers, the users can actually get the user application even without our support automatically. So that's how we actually differentiate from the competition, and even today that's the core principle that we follow, building great products.
I feel like that has followed throughout when it comes to your applications, and now when it comes to software applications being made and it being marketed, not a lot of people really know the behind the scenes of it. And not a lot of people really see it as okay. So we deal with softwares as users, but we don't really see the back end of it and how such a software has been marketed. So it's quite glad to have you here to sort of understand how really a software business works in a country like Sri Lanka. So there's so much more that we have to have a conversation about, especially your business and your journey thus far. But for now, I feel like we'll go for a short break and be right back. This is Business Best. Welcome back to Business Best. We are currently in conversation with Tharindu Dassanayake, the founder of ShoutOut Labs. Now, right before the break, we were talking about the challenges the company faced with regards to the overall growth of it, and also in regards to competitors and such. Now, a common thing or a common situation that a lot of companies face, especially in Sri Lanka, is the whole COVID situation that was hit globally, and then right after that we didn't really catch a break. We had the economic turmoil to go through. How did your business navigate through all of this?
Yeah, so last 4 years it was actually pretty challenging for any businesses, and in 2020 at the COVID period, actually we also had to go back to our home, and everyone actually worked remotely. And for us, actually, we were serving our clients as usual, and also we take a shift in our product portfolio as well, because in 2020 we added more products into our ecosystem. As I said, So we improved our customer engagement platform. One solution we added was like we saw that a lot of business actually coming online. They get used to selling online, and we saw there is a need that they need to provide better customer support. So that's why we added this conversational AI, a chatbot solution for them to handle customer inquiries through different channels like WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, website. So all these customer inquiries we could automate through the chatbot solution. And also there was a change happened in how the business actually operating, because now we could actually get into an online call and pitch our solution. So that could actually open up a new avenue for us. Like we could easily reach to our like foreign partners and also like clients in other countries, because earlier now sometimes we had to go to a foreign exhibition, or like it was sort of like we should have like a person touch, personal touch.
It was like a physical interaction to promote your business.
Yes. So now it has changed. So that actually helped us, because last 4 years we scaled globally. If we take before 2020, we didn't have a lot of clients outside, but over the last 4 years time period, actually we got a lot of clients outside, and right now we have around in 10 countries. So that shift happened through that. So that was the good thing. Like every problem has an opportunity as well. So that's how we utilize that opportunity.
So I think the COVID situation, though quite negative for a lot of businesses, it might have worked out for you all, has it?
Yeah, in certain ways, yes.
Certain ways? Okay. Yeah. How about the economic turmoil? Did that impact your business? Obviously, it would have had some form of an impact. How did you navigate that one?
Yeah, that was another hard time as well, especially since we are in the software industry. Sometimes even we have to actually take some services from cloud services like our servers and all these services, like we have to even pay in dollars. So we have our bills actually like increased like in huge numbers in that period. And also it was not really easy to get customers on board, especially in Sri Lanka, because their budgets are very tight at that time, because we are also doing customer engagement, but their spending on customer engagement was not the first priority. So they are also trying to survive. So that time actually we were serving our clients as usual, and also we improved our product roadmap as well. And that's how we navigate through that. But over the last, I think, 1 year time period, now business actually again picking up, and globally also there is an economic challenge is going on, like with the war and all. But now it's getting better, because now the technology ecosystem also changed with the AI. So we are adapting AI technologies also into our product ecosystem. So that's how we actually navigating through these times.
So being a B2B company is not quite easy, because if some situation that's global renowned or within the country impacts businesses, it is going to impact your B2B business, because at the end of the day, you're serving those businesses, and if your clientele are those businesses. Now, when it comes to these B2B concepts, a lot of people think about it in a negative sense to a certain extent, because it's more challenging than a B2C system. Because at the end of the day, if you can sell your product to a customer, it's just a matter of convincing them, if it is the end user. But in your scale of competitiveness and your industry particularly, a B2B thing is you are going head on with another business, convincing another business who is also profit seeking to really get on board with you and use your service. Now, you have successfully been able to do that. You've been staying afloat since 2016, gone through all these challenges. But if a person who's watching us right now do want to get inspired and go on this journey of having let's say a product similar to yours, but not exactly like yours, then it's going to be a competitor and we're going to have a problem there. But say a person is inspired to like start up something new, just like you. Do you have any advice?
Yeah, I think when it comes to B2B, especially software services, we need to validate the product idea, because most of the time what happens is like we come up with a concept, come up with the idea, and we try to build the product, and when we actually trying to get these customers, that's what they need. So that's a issue we are actually facing, most of the B2B companies are actually facing. And what I suggest, even when if I redo some of these products, I would start with a very small prototype, or we call it minimal viable product, MVP. So we can build a small subset of this product prototype, and we can try to pitch to the prospects, like potential clients, and we can validate the idea. So I think validation is one of the key thing that we have to nail down at the very early stage of the company, and that's that's my actually advice for anyone who is trying to do a B2B company. And yeah, so that's I think how it should
happen that way. Now, another thing is that entrepreneurs, they start something new, and oftentimes it's a challenge not only to run the business, but it's a challenge to be mentally okay and okay with the challenges that your business faces. Because like you said also, there were different sorts of products that you launched, but not everything worked out. But one particular application that you put out really took off, and that is what is bringing you success right now. As an entrepreneur, how do you stay afloat? How do you stay motivated even after setbacks?
So one thing is stay motivated is what is the bigger vision that you want to actually achieve. So we want to build a global product from Sri Lanka, so a software product. So that's the motivation, our vision overall. And also with our products, we want to build great customer experience, great customer engagement for businesses with their customers. So these are the visions that drive for us. But throughout this time, we are facing challenges, there are setbacks, and it could be losing a customer, revenue source and everything. There are situations that we could go bankrupt. So I think the support network around you also very important. It could be your spouse, and it could be a co-founder, colleagues, and also the fellow entrepreneurs. This is also very supportive network, because they also are going through these challenges, so they could also help you to get through these things. So I think support network is very, very important in that way. And also to get motivated is definitely what's the vision that you are driving. So that's you keep motivated. And also my team also actually, because if I get hauled because of some of the challenge, it's not just me, there's a team behind me. So I think those are the things that keep motivated me to keep going and keep moving to that bigger vision.
Now, speaking of the bigger vision, you mentioned that it's the vision that drives you towards success and ensuring that your business really succeeds. Now, when it comes to SHOUTOut Labs, I believe as a company who is in the technology field, you have to keep adapting, you have to keep evolving as a company. What are the future plans that we have for SHOUTOut Labs?
Yeah, so as I said, in 2016, we started SHOUTOut as a SMS messaging platform, and our vision was to help businesses to communicate with their customers personally, and we broaden our vision in the customer engagement and the customer experience domain from our 2020. So now actually we are on the process of rebranding on our product ecosystem as well. It goes as CX Forge in the coming year, because the idea is actually the CX is called customer experience, forging means the shaping. So we are trying to shape the customer experience and build great customer experience for businesses to their customers. So that's the bigger vision, and we want to build a global product company from Sri Lanka. That's our vision for SHOUTOut Labs, and yeah, so that's the vision that keep driving us.
So that's a rebrand and a quick relaunch, and that's how you keep evolving your business. Now, for anyone who is watching who's interested in your services, how could someone reach you out and, of course, obtain your service?
Yeah, so anybody can actually keep in touch with us by visiting our website, getshoutout.com. That is our SMS service. And also the new product we are launching, the oral platform is actually launched on cxforge.com. So that will be our oral product ecosystem will be launched on cxforge.com. So anyone can actually go to our websites and they can connect with us. And also I'm on LinkedIn as well. So anybody can connect me personally also on LinkedIn.
Now, with all this conversation that we had, of course, I feel like you are a true entrepreneur who grasp a dream that you had and then ensure that even though it failed at the first couple of times of launching, you still ensure to strive through. And that work that you put through, your hard work, your sweat, blood and tears have actually paid off. So thank you so much for joining in. And we've been in the conversation with Tharindu Dassanayake, the founder of SHoutout Labs. Thank you so much for your advices and of course explaining to us how a backend of a software company really works, and yeah, bringing in a new concept for the small businesses, because your business really helps small businesses as opposed to an end user particularly. So you as a business is helping someone else as well. So thank you so much for joining in on today's conversation.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you very much for having me here as well.
No worries at all. Now, for everyone tuning in, thank you so much for watching us as well. We hope that we were able to inspire you through Tharindu's story of how he came about SHoutout Labs. Now, if you do want to get more inspired and then look back at our previous episodes, all you have to do is log into youtube.com/Derana English. With that, we'll see you next time with another amazing entrepreneur and a business idea to help you inspire more. We'll see you next time.